To understand the positive displacement type flow meter, first let me explain with an example. Let us consider a tank which has water of nearly 100 liters, and just near to the tank we have a bucket and the capacity of the bucket is 1 liter. Suppose if there is a pipe which is connected at the bottom of the tank which can be used to fill the bucket like this. Suppose let's assume that the flow rate of this fluid is 2 liters per second and there is a human being here and this person want to empty the bucket if the bucket is filled. Suppose if the flow rate of the fluid which is coming out of the tank is 2 liters per second, what does it mean? In 1 second, this person has to empty this bucket for 2 times. Am I right? Yes, because the capacity of the bucket is 1 liter. So 2 liter per second means 2 times the bucket gets filled. Suppose instead of 2 liter per second, if I take like 10 liters per second, then what will going to happen? In 1 second, this particular person has to empty this bucket 10 times. That means in the second case, he has to empty the bucket for 10 times in 1 second. What does it mean? If the flow rate of the fluid is increasing here, number of times he should empty the bucket will also increases. That means the frequency at which he will empty the bucket will increase if the flow rate of the fluid is increasing. This is the basic fundamental logic of the positive type displacement flow meter. So next time if I say he is emptying the bucket 50 times in 1 second, what does it mean? It means that as the capacity of this bucket is 1 liter, 50 times he is making the bucket to be empty. This means I can say the flow rate is 50 liters per second. It means that if we can calculate how many times this person is making this bucket empty in 1 second, that can directly give the information about the flow rate. So it is very simple. Now let us discuss an engineering example, and there are so many types of positive displacement flow meters, but let me explain this Wowell gear type flow meter. So if you look at this, here we are having the inlet pipe and here we are having the outlet pipe through which the fluid will going to come out. In between inlet and outlet, we have a chamber in which rotation mechanism is already established. So here we have 2 wheels. In fact, these 2 are geared wheels and one is rotating in clockwise and another one is rotating in anti-clockwise. If you look at these 2. Now what happens is when the fluid is entering at the inlet, this particular fluid will going to occupy in the rotation mechanism chamber. So the fluid will going to occupy the entire chamber like this in between the wheels as well as in the gap of the chamber like this. Now when the fluid is occupied exactly in the gaps, then naturally this wheel will be rotated in clockwise and this wheel will be rotated in anti-clockwise. When they are rotating opposite direction, this fluid will be sent to the outlet. Just imagine that in 3-dimensional figure, the fluid which is coming through the inlet, that will go to the outlet when these wheels are rotating. Clear? Suppose, let us assume a situation like this. For 1 revolution of this wheel, if the liquid that is displaced from this side to this side, if I consider that is equal to 2 liter. So what does it mean? For every 1 revolution, this total chamber can displace 2 liters of water. From here, it is very easy to understand the flow rate. As the amount of volume that is displaced by this chamber is always fixed, if you can calculate number of revolutions made by these wheels in 1 second, then we can identify the flow rate of the fluid here. Suppose, let us assume that here the flow rate of the fluid is 10 liters per second. Then what will going to happen? If it is 10 liters per second, as this chamber can displace 2 liters per every revolution, as we are having 10 liters now, it will going to make 5 revolutions in 1 second time to displace this 10 liters of water from inlet to outlet. Clear? Suppose next time, if we understood that 20 revolutions are made here, 20 revolutions are made in 1 second. What does it mean? The speed is increased. Means the amount of volume that is displaced is also increased. That means now we are going to have here 40 liters of water that is displaced from inlet to outlet. Thereby, we can directly conclude that the flow rate of the fluid now it is equal to 40 liter per second in the next case. So that means now we can say it is not 10, it is going to be 40 liters per second. Suppose if we can find the number of revolutions made by this particular wheel by using any proximity sensor like tachometer or any angular velocity sensor, we can directly say how many liters of the fluid that is flowing from this to this side. And if we divide that with the unit time, we will be able to understand what is the total amount of the flow rate of the fluid that is entering at the inlet. This is the way how we measure the fluid flow rate by using positive displacement type flow meters. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and if you want to find more of this kind of questions, connect to my channel. Namaste.